bitches!
Coming
bitches.
soon to this theater.
Rat!
It's alive. It's moving. It's coming this way.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to another night of the Horror Movie Club, the club where what do? We talk about horror movies, of course. And tonight we are talking about one of my all-time favorites. If it's not in my top 10, I'm pretty sure it is. It's definitely in my top 20. Talking about The Omega Man from 1972. This is an incredible movie. It's the second adaptation of Richard Matheson's iconic novel, I Am Legend. In I Am Legend, Matheson wrote about a world that's taken over by vampirism. And one last man, one last human, Dr. Robert Neville, who's trying to work on a cure, but then ultimately is really just trying to just kill them. So it's like by day, he's out driving around staking vampires, and at night he just holds up in his house and just drinks himself silly, and the vampires are always trying to get in, but they can't. Classic novel. It invented apocalyptic horror. It was first adapted as The Last Man on Earth with Vincent Price. That was an Italian movie, very good, but missing a little something. Right, not a great movie. More faithful to the novel than any of the other versions. The Omega Man is great because it's not called I Am Legend, so it's like I kind of feel like they could have done anything that they wanted, but it still manages, even though it doesn't have any vampires. It does have a lot of the themes from the novel work through, and if you've read the novel, you're going to be like, oh, this is that, this is that, this is that. Anyway, the way we do it here on the Horror Movie Club is we always make sure to pick a movie that's not behind a paywall. I've been waiting for the Omega Man to come out on Tubi or Peacock or any of the free streaming services for ages now. So now you can go down and click the link in the description, and it will take you to an absolutely free uncut version of this movie. And let me tell you, I'm going to get into it, man. There are a lot of cut versions of this out there. As a kid, I must have seen about like 20 different versions of this movie. And each version seemed to have a scene that wasn't in the other versions. Anyway, I know I'm rambling. I'm a little bit out of it today. So let me bring on my boy, your boy, Matt Burke, and he'll get us back on track. What's going on, brother?
Just finished watching the Omega Man. Well, not tonight, but last night. Man, it was a trip just seeing that and, comparing it to I Am Legend. Such a better film, in my opinion.
Way better.
Yeah, way better for different reasons. Hail Sim, what's up, brother? Cheers, brother.
What up, Sim? Ink Slayer's in the fucking house. Pops, what's going on with you, man?
It's all action. No, I was gonna say, if you want this thing to stay on track, I better stay in the backstage.
It's all good. Yeah, for those of you that were wondering, you read my Twitter post from earlier in the day where I said that I got hit by a car yesterday. Yeah, I got hit by a car. That's not to say I was driving a car and it got hit. I was walking down the street and some bitch gunned it out of a parking lot and bounced me off the hood of her car. And he took off, tires screaming, man. And so, yeah, I'm just a little bit rattled, you know, but, you know, and a little roughed up, but I think I'll live.
Glad
you
you're
know,
okay, man.
Thanks, man. Thanks. I am too.
You know what I mean? You literally fucking, you know, got, you know, like, you know, you hear like nothing happened to you, you know, but fuck that bitch.
Yeah, no, for sure. You know, not one of my favorite people right now, right?
Yeah.
But you know, it's what can I say? It's not an experience that I recommend.
Yeah,
hit by a car.
I've been in a car like collision before where I was T-boned. Yeah, like you're like shaking like afterwards, you know, like what the
Yeah. No, it's freaky.
I didn't feel it for a week later, dude. Like I didn't feel shit. I don't know why my body, like what happened, but I just felt like I got hit by a ton of bricks, you know, like just little aches in my necks, you know, my shoulders.
Yeah. So I figured that would be today, but no, I'm still like a little.
Yeah. It took a minute, you know.
Yeah, man. But you know, gave my statement to the cops. Had the paramedics check me out. They asked if I wanted to go to the hospital. I was like, no, it's not kind of how I want to spend the rest of my evening. I'd like to go home and maybe like smoke some weed and watch the Omega Man. Thank you very much.
Yeah, right.
And you know, chill out.
Relax.
You know, because I mean, hospitals are just I can't stand.
Yeah, I hate them.
Hell on earth.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the last place I wanted to go.
Yeah.
But then I was also thinking about Stiv Bators. I don't know if you guys know who Stiv Bators was. He was like the front man for the Dead Boys.
No, I've
like
never heard of him.
Band back in
Dead Boys,
from the 80s. Yeah.
Yeah.
They only had one record, but it's a classic. And holy shit, man. He was in France. I see you, Sim. What's up, Sim?
What's up? Cracking,
so,
bro.
Sim, do you know who Stiv Bators was?
It sounds familiar.
He was a singer for the Dead Boys.
Like it's one of those. I'm like, I was gonna say no, but it sounds vaguely familiar. That I'm like, probably.
Sounds like to me. I'm just saying.
He was a singer for the Dead Boys. Like I said, they were kind of like the New York Dolls in the sense that they only had like one record, but it's like a classic.
What's their song? What's the one song? Because there's usually those bands have one song.
Sonic Reducer.
Okay,
Sonic
that does
Reducer,
something. Yeah, that does something familiar.
Yeah. So he was living in France, in Paris, and he was like walking down the street. He gets hit by a cab, and people were just like, "Hey, man, you should go to the doctor. Just wait here. Like, let's call an ambulance." He was like, "Nah, I'm good. I'm fine." He went home, went to bed, and never woke up.
Damn.
So I was like, please don't let me wake up dead like
he pulled a Bruce Lee. Got it.
Yeah. So, but they checked they checked me out, and you know, I seem to be okay. So
it's one of the things I thought was funny. Like I was talking with a friend the other day about Prince's death, Michael Jackson's death, what's her name, Carrie Fisher's death.
Yeah,
they all start taking a pill. They take a plane and then they fall asleep and die. Fucked up. When you think about it, it's like it's something that's been going on for ages in Hollywood. They like Bruce Lee, aspirin.
Yeah. Well, that was a cerebral edema.
I get it, but it's still a weird and awkward thing when you think about it and you line them up. You're like that person, and they all said "fuck you" to the.
Right. Heath Ledger too. That was another one.
Uh-huh.
Well, he was mixing. He was mixing drugs.
Yeah, but he overdosed. He overdosed.
Yeah.
It's not the same. Like he was getting high as fuck to play that character. It's like imagine you're boosting yourself with ecstasy and speed just to be that demented, but then you kind of took a bit too much. But it could fit into there too, because the other ones were not getting high. Okay, Prince was probably getting high once in a while, but that's not the point. That's not what he died of.
Carrie Fisher for sure. Although maybe she'd been clean at that time for a while.
Yeah, but Carrie Fisher was a big big coke and the shit like that back in the days. It's in our book when she had that affair with Harrison Ford. Oh.
Yeah,
and everybody else on the set. Oh,
really? I didn't know that. I know that she said that Warren Beatty tried to bang her when she was like 15.
Yeah, but dude, it's like everybody would try to bang her if she came onto you high on coke. Come on, she was hot as fuck. Let's just be frank. And one of the joke aside, I know she's been with Harrison Ford, and she was also with the Wookiee.
Oh man,
he is 7 feet tall, right?
yeah, that's a lot of Wookiee, dude.
It's probably all proportionate.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh snap!
Help!
Oh Jesus Christ!
He likes to climb on that tree pole.
Yeah, right.
Oh my God!
Swinging through the branches.
All joking aside, but yeah, it's a weird thing. We're talking about all those weird deaths that we got like lately. How it's happening a lot more. Like, I'm sorry, weird suicides.
Yeah, exactly.
One of the one that still to this day kind of bums me the fuck out.
Yeah,
Robin Williams.
Oh yeah,
that guy was such a big part. Yeah, I know, but the guy was such a big part of you could say our zeitgeist or our freaking
Yeah.
And knowing that he's been on a roller coaster, divorce, there's a reason why he was so good in Doubtfire. And
he's great there.
Yeah. But dude, to have lost him to suicide,
I know.
And it's weird, but it's always when they take a stance against certain things and people. And I'm not going to get too much into the subject, but it's weird. They express themselves against something, and then something weird happens.
Yep.
Look at Prince, Tupac, a whole bunch of others.
Yeah, well, I mean, Michael Jackson's death was ruled a homicide, and I believe they locked his doctor up, but it was his father.
But how long did it take? How long did it fucking take? And what did his dad do to him to chemically castrate the fucker?
He castrated him, actually.
Yeah, he chemically castrated his son.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people don't.
It's one of the reasons. Like, it's
everything.
But it's
explains everything. Yeah,
dude, you grew up, with him, right? So you know as well as
Absolutely.
I do
that
there was the stories of him being sexually abused. He was abused as a fucking kid, and we all knew this, that he didn't live his fucking childhood.
Yep.
And then the entire fucking shit that happened with him, and he did, and still didn't die, but now he's dead. And I'm happy that
that's because
the doctor got it. Yeah.
That's because they couldn't wring any more cash out of him. Do you know what I mean? That ATM was
dude. He owned the Beatles freaking library. Like, technically, he was the music industry at that point because he owned all of it by doing that.
Which was cold-blooded too. Cold-blooded because he was friends with Paul McCartney, and Paul McCartney said he was like getting the money together to buy it, and Michael Jackson, who was his friend,
bought it.
Buys it instead, and of course he could have done the real Chad move, which would have been, I bought it right before anybody else could.
When you have the money back, I'll sell it to you.
I sell it back to you, plus one for what I paid for it, plus $1, and the $1 is a way of saying you don't owe me shit. That would have been the Chad move.
But one of the things that's weird is that in all their contracts, if they're found insane or whatever, they do something crazy or something like that, they lose all their shit, and it goes back to their contract owner. So who do you think owns all of the thing that he owned?
Yeah, his father. Yeah, dude's a fucking fiend.
Yeah.
What up, good stuff?
Yeah, good stuff.
Always good to see you.
What's up, good stuff?
Yeah, man. Love the good stuff. Love the good stuff. Hi, H.I.
I'm just high.
Are you taking edibles, good stuff, or are you just like hitting the
Me too, man. I'm drinking some Rebel 100.
He's mostly a flower guy. He's like me.
Right.
Old school, right? Old school.
What you drinking, Matt?
Well, I mean, I have my bullet, but I'm actually drinking Rebel 100 rye. It's like 100 proof.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Should have put hair on your chest or take it off.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Or make it fall out. Yeah.
That's a man's drink there.
What did they do? What did they do to the crow?
Okay. This is interesting because I was interested in what your reaction would be, but your reaction isn't what I expected.
Oh no, I
Everybody,
expected.
as you know, this is there's a remake of The Crow coming out. I don't have a problem with that. I know a lot of people do. To me, if there's a film,
Fuck you, Brian.
fuck you, Sam.
I hate it. Yeah.
It's okay if it's based on a novel, a comic book, a play.
Guy.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because then you just get, like, for instance, like what I always thought they should have done, like when the Spawn animated series came out, HBO, it was so fly. I was like, you know what? They should do something like this.
Dude, he looks
with
like the French.
Crow, do it in black and white and make it look like the comic.
He looks more like the
This
French
is a
Crow.
remake.
That's the
This
thing.
is a remake.
It is a remake. It's a remake. It's Eric Draven.
Remake of the movie
No,
and not another adaptation.
It should have been dude. If you read the goddamn comic, okay, if you're a fan of the fucking comic,
Yes.
there's 25, if not more, crows.
Mhm.
Yes.
You could have left fucking Eric Draven alone.
Yeah,
Leave
exactly.
Brandon
mantle.
alone.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah,
it's a
Eric
mantle.
Draven.
And
He needs to look like Eric Draven. He looks like, Post Malone. His hair looks stupid. His tattoos.
he looks like fucking
stupid.
like
He looks
Machine
dumb as
Gun
fuck.
Kelly or fucking
looks like all
somebody
those-
said like Jared Leto's Joker.
He looks like the white trash fucking rappers,
So
dude.
good.
He looks fucking stupid
Yes,
as fuck.
thank you.
I want to throw
Thank
up.
you.
They said that they were gonna keep it fucking gangster. They didn't keep it gangster. It was a bait and switch, and I'm fucking like so disappointed. But I'm gonna watch it.
Not me. I ain't giving him shit.
I'm gonna watch it when I can get that shit,
For free, maybe.
For free?
And that's
Yeah.
only if I
I'm
heard
gonna-
good things about it.
I'm so
I didn't pay the-
disappointed.
I didn't pay
This
the
is the
ticket to see
movie.
this,
Like
that's for
this is
goddamn sure.
this and like
Unless-
Hellboy are like the top of my list. You know what I mean? And like they just
For
fucking.
sure.
This,
For
It's
sure.
so
For
disappointed.
sure.
And
Yeah,
Boss Logic fucking showed it, and then
But
he like
dude,
fixed it. Boss Logic
we
fixed it.
talk about this
He
all
turned
the
the
time.
tats into fucking scars and gave him like the fucking long hair, And I was like,
We talk
yeah,
about this
that's
all
way
the
better.
time, though. If you're gonna remake a movie, take one of them shitty movies and redo it. Leave the
Yeah.
fucking good ones alone.
I
Yeah,
always
even
say the
Momoa
movies
looks
that
better.
you're remaking are bad ones.
Fuck.
Movies that were like almost great or almost good, but just that took a wrong turn.
Yeah.
Right? We've all seen those movies. Remake those.
Yeah.
But
leave
of
the-
course,
leave
the reason why they do remakes is they're like of good films is because they're like, okay, it made money back then, it'll make money now.
Yeah, six pack
less
does look
of a
weird, dude.
chance.
Good
It's
stuff
less of
said
a
six pack
gamble.
looks weird. It's because he's got a big fucking vagina in the middle of his fucking six pack. So
Evidently,
that's why.
he got like ripped for like some action movie.
Yeah, the action movie looks dope. That other action movie he's got coming out looks dope. I forgot. I think Sam Raimi's got something to do with it or some shit. That shit looks pretty badass. But
And he is a really, really good actor.
oh fuck
he's a
yeah, dude,
fantastic
he's perfect. He's I would cast him as Eric Draven. He'd be my top choice.
For sure.
So I'm like, what the fuck? He's got the face
Wait,
in the
and then we
comic.
see this.
Yeah, it's and he probably wanted to do something different. And the director is solid as fuck as far as like he's like got that Snyder, like he's a good filmer, He did the Snow White and the Seven Dwarves, which was
You
pretty
mean
good.
like a visual stylist?
Yeah, visual stylist. But I think he was fucking around with cheating on his wife during the filming of it with Kristen, whatever the fuck her name is.
What?
But anyway, dude, like
Yeah.
so I was, I don't know. Even Momoa's Momoa's Crow looked better than this with a beard and the fucking his Eric Draven looked better. I'd rather watch that than this shit.
That would have been totally missed. That I mean, that
Did
would
you
have
see
been
it?
really bad casting.
Did you see it? The makeup test, the filming that he
No.
did? Yeah, he did filming with it and everything. He had a beard with the beard, long hair,
Sorry.
a big beard.
Yeah, it's just
Sorry about the phone there, but I was gonna say something. Like the second movie was not great, but it was pretty decent. It was another Crow.
I
Yeah.
love
The third
it.
one was shit.
Yeah.
It was another Crow.
Yeah.
There's a French Crow. There's crows from many years, many
Yeah.
types,
Oh,
and that one looks like the French Crow more than anything else. They could have done another Crow, okay?
yeah.
And you
and
can go
left
all through
The
time.
fucking other
Yep.
one, yeah.
You could go all
Yeah,
through
don't fuck
time.
with
That's the
Draven.
thing that I thought.
It's the
That's the
original
thing that was
Grendel.
coming out about the sequels. It's like make the period pieces.
It's the original Grendel.
This
Yep.
is why The Crow worked. It was a
Yeah.
period piece. It was then. It will never.
So leave that one and make a new
again.
period piece with a new Crow in this
Right.
fucking era with this fucking tattoos, and I would not have fucking had a problem with it. I'd be the first one to go see it.
And get Draven out of there. Get the name Draven out of the
Yeah.
equation, first of all.
It's not
Because that's what they're
Draven.
doing. That's what they're doing. And they're using Draven's name. Like they're actually making a modern Crow, like you're saying. That's what they're going to do. But they're using
Yeah.
Draven's name, which is fucked up. They needed to get rid of
Yeah,
that.
that's the
fucking
thing
Draven
is that they're changing
Call him-
everything. They're making
call
his
him
girlfriend
fucking Raven.
black.
Call him the
They're making
Raven.
his girlfriend black. She's gonna be a feminist. They're gonna change
Yeah.
every fucking thing.
Yeah.
It's not Draven.
No, it's
It's
not.
not the comic
looks
book
really
I've read,
bad.
the original.
I'd rather watch Craven the Hunter.
And I have more than just that one. I also have the French one, and I have the multiple other crows, and I have some of
Got a
them.
bunch of crows too, man. A bunch of.
God, I hate
Look,
that
he's got
haircut.
the rapper tattoos.
Oh,
on
I
his
hate that haircut.
face.
Oh, it just looks stupid as fuck, dog. Come on, bro. Dog. Look
Come
at the stupid
on.
jacket. Little rapper boy, dude. He's probably
What?
a fucking SoundCloud rapper, like someone was
What?
saying, you know? Like instead of a rock star, he's a fucking,
It's a fucking mullet.
mechanic. He's supposed to be a mechanic too, dude. So again, they still haven't made the Crow from the comic. I love me the Crow from the movie better than the comic, but still, it's not the
Me
comic.
too.
There's a lot of big differences. There's a lot of fucking missed opportunity, like Skull Cowboy and all kinds of shit. And it's more
Yes.
Dirty Street Detroit. The other movie was way more fucking gothic than the book. The book is gothic,
Yes.
but not as gothic as the
Yeah,
fucking movie. You know?
Yeah,
So,
and you know, it's an opportunity to expand on the mythology.
yeah.
Yeah, but it didn't take anything away from this, but technically anything away from the actual story.
No, it made
They
it
didn't
made
go
it
into any.
cooler. It made it cooler in my opinion, but there's still opportunity to go back and fucking do the shit that they didn't do. Like there's a lot of shit they didn't do
Oh,
from the
forever.
book that was
There's a bit like
Yeah.
the comic book is a bit more retrospective into himself and
Oh,
him
yeah.
dealing with this shit than actual thing. Like he's more of a badass. I'm about to kick your ass.
it's more
in the
street
movie.
too.
Yeah.
Way more street Detroit. The other one's a lot more gothic for me. And he's a
Mm-hmm.
mechanic. He's not a rock star. Like there's a lot of shit. They're both fucking equally
But
good.
he did play in a little band. He's not a rock star, but he did have his little band. Yeah.
Right, but that's not enough for a guy like that to make a living. And of course, he's
Nope.
living in a rundown apartment in Detroit with his girlfriend.
But you know what's the weird thing is that you look at him right now and he looks like a guy out of the fucking 90s, and they're trying to make it now. Like,
that was what I was just about to go off on. There has been like a lot of 80s nostalgia for like
what's
the
his name?
10
Zombie
years.
Boy? Yeah.
Now we're starting to see a lot of 90s nostalgia.
No,
And
it's
that's what I'm
2000s.
seeing
Dude,
here.
in aughts. The aughts are what's fucking blowing up now. Like it's all the fucking hipster kids now and all the high school
Yeah.
kids. They're all about fucking new metal and fucking the early 2000s. Like we're already past the 90s now. It's already like this is how people like these are how teenagers look now. They fucking look just like that. And the college kids, that's how they dress.
Oh my God.
That's
Is
why
that a
that's what
mullet?
they're trying. Yeah, it's a fucking mullet. It's like, but it's an ugly fucking mullet. It's like the worst mullet you'll ever. It's a fucking
I
a
haven't
dyke
seen
mullet,
any
bro.
of those in
That's a
real
full
life.
dyke
yet.
mullet, bro, from the trailer park, bro.
The first one of those I've seen. I ain't seen none of those in real life yet.
Shit's
But
fucking gross.
oh, I
But
miss
you know-
mullets, man.
I know,
miss-
but that can I say one thing that's fucked up here? Is that you
Of
have that
course,
guy
Sid.
that's filled a fucking tattoo, and then you have the classy chick. Where's her
Yeah.
fucking tattoos everywhere?
Yeah.
right.
Why isn't she trashy?
That's
Why,
because she's
why,
a good girl.
why isn't she out of a fucking trailer trash fucking show?
Beyond disappointed. That's beyond disappointed. But I'm looking forward to Nosferatu though. So we at least
Oh,
we
me
got
too.
one more. And I will
Me
watch
too.
this movie. And I might even fucking pay for it because I like the Crow and I like fucking that. But I hate the way it
Me
looks.
too. That's why I don't want to see it.
I
That's
know.
the
I
thing.
know. I don't want to be like mad though either though. You got a point.
Right. It's just like do I really want to do this to myself?
Yeah.
And we can
I don't
watch
want
it.
to torture.
Brian shares the link and we can watch it for free. We'll watch it and then we'll
Yeah,
come
we'll
out
do-
and talk about it.
We'll do that. We'll do that.
And why the fuck are they kissing to a fucking veil there?
I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know.
Yes,
And what,
we do.
how much do you want to bet that these characters?
What?
have
Are we gonna
Instagram
find out that
accounts?
Are we gonna find out they're Amish?
She's dead
I-
already.
Dude, hey,
Get it?
I was reading about this movie. It's like vastly different from the book. Like I heard
Especially
he travels to the underworld. Like he travels like to the afterlife. He does all kinds of shit. Like it's gonna have like a
Kissing the
fan.
corpse,
It's
like,
not gonna be like
Well,
the book
this-
at all. It's gonna be something different.
And
So-
dude, the thing is, I saw the trailer from the other movie that he's in before, and I'm like, oh, that looks interesting, like the
Yeah, the
fucking
new-
action
yeah.
thing.
Yeah, that looks.
And then
good.
I see this, and and they
What's
say
this
about this, and as soon as I saw that image, and I'm like, oh no, fuck off! Like that should not be Draven. That
Well,
should be another one.
You know what? The only thing that could have been worse than this, would have been if they'd cast Jared Leto.
10
Who,
out
you
of
know
10,
what,
Carrie.
would be perfect.
10,
right?
Carrie,
He's
10.
Prince of Darkness.
10. One of the best movies ever made.
Fire it up! Fire it up! There you go.
Yeah, no, it is. It is. I absolutely fucking love that original movie.
Mother
I
is the
love
word of
the
God.
first
There was
to the-
with
sequel.
Batman. It came out right after Batman, and people were comparing it to Batman, and it's just as good, if not better. And it
Bill was
should be.
94. Batman was like 89.
89. Yeah.
I remember seeing it in the theater, And a lot of my friends, like my goth friends, they were like, "Oh, I didn't like it because it wasn't enough like the comic." And I'm just like,
I could see
if
that.
you
You know,
filmed
back
that
then.
comic note for note, you would have had a fucking unwatchable catastrophe.
Yeah, but that's not it. It's the fact that they have
both good.
every time you do something like that, you have to trim a bit down. It's like making a novel into a fucking movie.
No, it's adaptation.
If you make a novel into a movie, the movie will be 5 hours. You need to reduce it, and there's stuff that you need to take out. It's show not tell. Where in a novel is different. One,
right, and it's distillation too. But that's to say, what you want to do, I think, what you want to do with an adaptation is you want to capture not word for word, but the spirit.
That's what I was going to say. Everything about the spirit of the story, the sense, everything from the story, what's supposed to be in it, the message, the feeling you're getting in the story, everything is in the goddamn movie.
Yes.
And his makeup sucks too, by the way.
And the makeup fucking sucks. And
it's like
just
slanted fucking
the
slanted mime fucking spikes, dude. They're like going.
Dude, he looks like Jared Leto's Joker.
Thank you. That's what I said before. God damn it, man.
Or remember that? What's the name of that fucking band? Oh fuck! Hold on. The guy called himself Ninja.
Yeah, it's just
it's
just modern fucking white boy rapper.
Ninja.
Yeah. That's
it.
Would
At least be funny.
He looks like Ninja.
Yeah.
Or they played in what was the name of the movie where Go to Sleep. The fucking robot there. What was the name of it? Chappie. Yeah, they were in Chappie. The couple there, that guy there. That's him.
He does. That's Chappie. Yeah, they do from
that
Chappie.
would be funny. I would actually watch that.
Are they in South Africa?
Yes.
Hey, if his name wasn't Draven and this was a new character, I wouldn't even get mad. I'd be like, hey, it's a little white fucking SoundCloud rapper from the trailer park, fucking 8 Mile. Fuck it. Let's go watch it. As long as it's cool.
Right. You know? It's just, it's like, why does everything have to be set in the here and now? It's just like, do a Western, do a medieval story. I wrote
his name could have been
Eminem for a medieval Crow comic like 15 years ago.
That would have been sick.
His name could have been Eminem Greenwood, and we're all gonna see it.
Yeah, and I haven't given up on the Crow. Like again, like you're saying, and Sim was saying, like the whole mythos is the shit. Like I love seeing different people.
Fantastic.
There was one where a pregnant woman was the Crow. There was one where a pregnant woman was the Crow. There's been different iterations. You know what I mean?
She died, lost her baby, and came back. Yeah.
Yeah, so
there's a whole bunch of
mythos is fucking
or a little boy that saw his mother murdered, that kind of a thing.
And the Crow is precious to a lot of people. It's very precious, and it should be, but then at the same time, it shouldn't be.
Even though the second one was a bit meh, dude, I love it. I there's a part of it I love the fact that it's his son.
No, it's dope.
Oh, I absolutely love
like he got killed with him and his son, and he comes back, and I'm like.
No, and he's a biker too, like
that's like the only thing that's worse.
And we understand that Vincent Cassel nailed the fuck out of that role too.
Yeah, he did. And it showed like the first one kind of nails down like a fictional, like kind of real like Detroit and somewhat, but not like the book. This one's a lot like LA, like it really captured LA nights, like Los Angeles in that time period,
Sim, I think you said Vincent Cassel. It's actually Vincent
Perez.
Oh, Perez, sorry.
Who was fucking fantastic.
Yeah. And he beat up the yellow Ranger. Remember, he like grabs her, throws her out the window.
Look, I love that movie.
Ziggy was in there too.
Done to like post-production fuckery.
Yeah,
the version that was in the theaters, and the version that was on the VHS, and the version that was on pay-per-view, and the version that came out on DVD and Blu-ray are all different.
Well, for me, like I remember seeing that in the movie. I remember the sound. Like I love the soundtrack at the time because it was. I mean, it was all new metal. They have the best Korn song on there called Sean Alston. Toadies is on there. I think Tool is on there. Fucking.
And if I remember right,
bands,
trailer,
dude, the trailer has the fucking crow. Like he could turn into the fucking bird. That was in the teaser. He could turn into the actual bird, and that never happened in the movie. As a kid, I was pissed. I wanted to see that.
If I remember right. The girl in the second movie was Sarah? the girl from the first movie and the actual actress.
Actually, that wasn't the same actress.
I think it was.
It's Mia Kirshner.
You sure?
Mia Kirshner, not God. Well, I'm blanking on her name now.
It's not the same girl. It's the same. It's not the same actress, but it's definitely the same character.
It's the same character. Yes, that's established. She even has the cat.
Yeah, Gabriel. Yeah.
Gabriel.
Yep.
Carrie says, I haven't seen The Crow. What would you give the movie out of 10?
Out of 10. I
Joey
mean,
answered.
like, what's a movie that's like out of 10? You know, and I'll probably be like, yeah, it's just as good or better than that. You know.
For me, it's a 10. For me, it's a 10.
Hard 10.
Objectively, it's at least an 8 or a 9.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah, it's a must.
Great. The movie's great.
It's really, really great. It has a lot of heart. Eric Draven's character in that, you get to see the different versions of him, right? You get to see him all mad. You get to see him all vengeful. You get to see him all psychotic and crazy. But you also get to see his sorrow.
And you also get to see him like playing around with his like lady, you know, like cooking in the kitchen and lighting a fire and having fun and being, you know, like a normal dude.
Yeah, those
you know,
happy memories that are just agony for him.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, the original comic is about grief. And
What was the name of
that movie is too, to a large degree. But boy, it's also got the best damn fucking movie villain of the 90s, and that is Michael Wincott's Top Dollar.
And the best soundtrack of all time.
Shit.
The first Crow has the best soundtrack. The Crow 2's soundtrack is fucking good too. I forgot about that. I'm gonna talk about that. I'm gonna talk about that this week. Actually,
the Graham Revell scores to both those first two movies are fucking amazing. Classic.
Yeah, the scores are fucking the shit too, and the bands too. The first album, the first CD's got just the best Nine Inch Nails song ever made on it. It's got the best Cure song ever made on it. It's got fucking Killer Pantera song on it. You know,
that was like one of the things. That was one of the things that like a lot of people like in the goth community were like, "Oh, it didn't have the original songs." I'm like, "No," because you know in the comic, he prints the lyrics to these songs.
Yeah.
Right. So I think wouldn't it be great to have those songs in the movie? They did. Only they had covers. And it wasn't all of the songs, but like for instance, that Joy Division cover by Trent Reznor, right?
Yep.
Fucking fantastic when he's booking across the roofs.
Yeah,
the Cure are mentioned in the comic, but they composed a new song for the movie. So I thought the
lyrics line up. You know, he's like, "Just paint your face," you know, and he's painting his face. You know.
Oh, so fucking good, man! So fucking good.
You know the fucked up part is that when he paints his face, it's not even him.
Oh yeah, it's an actor. Yeah, because he had
he didn't get to shoot any of those scenes. Yeah, no. Which is you know, I mean, obviously, you know, the whole thing is just you know, it's just
yeah, and the guy that shot him never got over it.
Oh yeah, I mean.
I literally can't imagine. Imagine what that would be like. David J. Shaw, David J. Shaw is like a horror writer. Hart knows him, right? He was the guy that bought the rights to the comic book to make it to a movie. And he said he and the other guy who had worked on the screenplay were on a plane trip together. And the trailer for the movie they were showing was Dragon, the Bruce Lee story. And they were listing people would whisper, "Isn't that the guy who just died? Isn't that the guy who just died?" And he said they were sitting there, and he said like that was actually the worst. That was actually the worst for them. And then of course at the funeral, his fucking fiance shows up in a fucking wedding dress. Jesus Christ.
Whose fiance?
And his poor mother, man. His poor mother losing her husband and then her son. Just horrible shit.
Yeah, her sister. The sister's been dealing with it.
She's been dealing with Quentin Tarantino for a minute too. Because of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the depiction of her father in there. So she just wasn't too happy about that.
Well, seriously,
dude, he made him into a fucking asshole.
Yeah, he made him into a bitch. What's this right here?
I mean, it's okay if it's a joke. Right? Because
it's not supposed to be a joke, because even he said in an interview that he was a fucking asshole.
Fucking you know, he certainly wasn't fearless.
I enjoyed the movie though. He's solid as fuck. That's Tarantino's best movie, I think. I haven't seen it. It's a fantasy version of the actual events.
Yes, one of the best action horror movies tonight. And actually tonight we're going to be talking about one of the best action horror films ever made. And in fact, I'm pretty sure
The original I Am
I
Legion.
think it's the original action horror movie. We are, of course, talking about the Omega Man with Charlton Heston. At the beginning of the stream, I was talking about how it's the second adaptation of Richard Matheson's novel I Am Legend. That's where apocalyptic horror was invented.
There was another one before that?
Yes.
Vincent Price, The Last Man on Earth, right?
That was the first movie version. Yes.
Yeah. I got to watch that.
And of course, ended up being the inspiration for Night of the Living Dead.
Also, I heard that this movie had the first biracial relationship.
Interracial kiss? Yeah. Charlton Heston and Roz.
I didn't see that twist coming at the end.
I was going to say Roz Williams. Like, no, he's the singer for Christian Death, or was.
Yeah.
Rosalind Cash. There's just so much I could say about this movie and what I am going to say. And of course, looking forward to hearing what your thoughts are. So when this was made, the producers decided to hire a married couple to write the screenplay. One of them is a poet, and the other was a molecular biologist, a scientist.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. That's smart.
Right? So
like
and so the wife of the pair, she said that basically it's like they complemented each other like yin and yang, right? Like she was the brain and he was the heart. And what can I say? I think it's a terrific screenplay. The fact that they got rid of the vampires, all right. But you know what? I forgive it because it's not called I Am Legend.
Right. No,
right?
it was
like
a cool
the new
take
I
on
Am Legend. If it doesn't have fucking vampires, just call it something else.
Yeah. I Am Legion would be good.
Something else.
Yeah,
just anything else.
Yeah.
Right? And the I Am Legend movie, the one with Will Smith, when I heard that that was announced and that he was playing Neville, I was like, uh-oh. Because I was wondering which Will Smith were we going to get. Were we going to get Will Smith, the movie star, or were we going to get Will Smith, the proper actor?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things wrong with that movie, but he's not one of them.
Nope.
Yeah, it's probably his best movie. For me, it's the CGI that really fucking pisses me off about that movie.
Ruins it.
You got Batman versus Superman in there. Like, do you remember that shit when he's driving through like Town Square?
Yeah.
Yes.
I knew someone. I remember that shit.
The original prompt. Yep.
The design of the monsters in that movie, I'm cool with. They could have totally just done all of it with fucking practical effects and CGI'd a couple jaws.
Well, I mean,
so they could, but other than that,
it drives me fucking crazy. It drives me fucking crazy because the first time you see the monsters, it's chilling.
Yeah, no.
And that's when they're like humans. Yeah. They're actual actors, and they're all like huddled. They're standing and they're sleeping, but they're kind of like moving.
No, that was inspirational, dude. I'm actually fucking taking that idea and putting it in my next book. I actually like just all those, they're there, they're not doing nothing, What happens if they fucking wake up and you see their beady eyes in the dark, right?
Right.
That was great,
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And then you see the first one that's CGI, and you're just like, really?
It's like,
really?
It's a fart. It's a fart, a digital fart, basically.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
Air.
And there are a lot of things that are very good about that movie.
You know what I think is funny sometimes, though?
What's that?
No, it's that people seem to be very, very, very more judgy or critical of bad CGI or not so good CGI than not so good practical effects.
You notice that?
Yeah.
Yeah, even with you guys, with everybody, it's something that I've been noticing. It's like a CGI that's meh. You'll be more forgiving, I guess, but not for CGI. CGI, like one thing's wrong, and you're like, it's crap.
Because it's not. It's there's no practicality to it, and it might.
Right.
It's supposed to. We're in a world now where our
it's the amount of word behind it. It's like the idea of going like, hey, check this piece that's done by hand by an artist, or check this piece done by AI.
Yes, exactly, dude.
In Italy, I found this really interesting. I heard that in Italy, when they would show like the splatter movies, like the Lucio Fulci movies, and when you'd have those effects, you know, like that fucking splinter going into that woman's eye, the audiences would applaud. They would even applaud certain shots, right? And not like, yay, violence, but it's like, oh, that looked great. That looked great. That looked great.
Yeah.
Right?
It's the art, the attention to detail that goes into it, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I think Ray Harryhausen put it right when he said that the reason why stop motion it looks better than CGI is because it's the real thing.
Yeah,
that is to say, it actually takes up physical space and the way the light's hitting it. Now, I'm not saying that there hasn't been great advances in CGI. I think the Planet of the Apes movies, the new ones,
those look dope. Yeah. Can't wait for the new one. That new one looks fucking awesome.
The new one looks dope.
That's like what I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for them to get tribal and weapons, and I'm waiting for them to get big, like humanoid size, you know. But yeah, these movie posters are cool, man. For me, growing up, like around my house, my dad, hardcore Christian. I'm Christian too, but you know, he got me into Ten Commandments. We'd watch this movie every Easter, you know. So I, developed a love for that movie, and also Ben-Hur. You know, I like that a lot. So,
me too, man. Me too.
To me, he's always been this kind of like good Christian type actor, you know. So for me to see him come out like a badass, you know, the first 5 minutes of the movie, he's spraying red fucking paint on the wall. You know what I mean? With some scary looking dudes that looked like they came out of EC Comics. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude! Like that was. I knew you'd get off on this. That was my favorite part of the movie, you know. And then you're like, oh, that's his pad. Oh damn, this was pimping, dude. Like he locks the door and like, oh, like that's my favorite part.
Do you remember my reaction? When I asked you, like, if you'd seen this before, and you said no, and I was like, oh,
no,
you're in for a treat. Like, oh, you're gonna dig this.
Yeah, and he's.
I figured you would get a kick out of it. First of all, it's just an awesome movie.
It's awesome, dude. And he's I don't know, man. He's just a regular dude. You know what I mean? Like he's ready to die at any moment. You know what I mean? And it's just like he's having fun though. You know,
he's an Uber Chad.
He's an Uber Chad. And he's having fun, dude. And he's smart as fuck. Because he's a scientist or whatever that has to deal with the pandemic or whatnot.
But a military scientist, so he can get raw when he needs to, and he does get raw.
And he's always wearing some nice clothing and shit. He's got his like fucking hats and stuff, and his pad is dope. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
There's more things, but I mean, we'll get into it. But yeah, those are some of the stuff that like.
Yeah, this is the very opening of the film. This was shot in a part of LA.
Yeah, that looks like LA right there. Like the 105 freeway, I think.
Oh, you recognized it?
Yeah, I've been down that freeway. Even this is like 50 years old. Yeah, I think that's like the 105 or the 110. I forgot the one that runs through LA. Yeah.
Evidently, it's like they didn't need to clear the streets. There was just like at a time on the weekend, like on a Sunday, it was like this.
Crazy. Oh yeah, I heard about that.
What kind of car is that? Caddy? Caddy to me.
It's nice. Best era of the
also,
cars.
I love the what the fuck beginning, right?
Yeah.
Where you get no explanation. You see an empty city, one man driving a car through the empty city, listening to an 8-track player, by the way.
Wasn't it like a luxurious car from back then too?
Oh yeah. Fishman Building.
That's another one I got to see. Soylent Green. I haven't seen that one. I think it's the same production team that did this one.
Yeah. Dude, you can get them. Hold on.
Soylent Green. It's people. It's people.
And this Charlton Heston, like playing.
Sorry about the spoiler, but it's people. Okay.
His voice, though, man. Like I remember Phil Hartman. Remember Troy McClure from The Simpsons? That was like
of course.
Heston. Yeah, Troy McClure.
I'm Dr. Troy McClure. Yeah, check this out. Triple feature. Did you ever see the movie? You can get this for like $20.
Hey, Matt, did you ever see the movie called Cloud Atlas?
Yes. One time, and it was.
I really liked, actually.
I thought it was cool. I need to go back and rewatch
Logan's Run. Yep, Logan's Run. Omega Man, which is what you really want this set for, and also Soylent Green.
Yeah.
All great movies, all excellent movies, and they're old, so you can get them like very, very cheaply.
And what we on the internet.
And this is
The
great.
thing about old movies, man, they really do take you to another world, you know, because it definitely the world was a different.
You know
time.
what? I see his face now, like that, especially there, and he looks like the zombie vampire in the I Am Legion. Like they took his face.
Probably.
Don't you agree? Like the
Yeah.
boss of those night creatures, yeah.
What a great opening! It's
Yeah.
just a great what the fuck opening, where it's just like he just hits the brakes and you see this figure, right, in shadow run by a window, and he just fucking busts out the greased gun and just starts fucking busting shots. The footage just sped up here.
And he's not a great shot.
But yeah, well, it's a moving target.
I'm just joking.
It's a moving target. You got
It'd
to
be
grade on a
great.
curve. You got to grade on a curve.
Like he'd be a great stormtrooper. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Oh my god. Yeah, the idea to replace the vampires with albino mutants. Psychotic
They're like-
albino mutant Luddites, right? Because they're
Yeah.
very much against technology.
They're more like
yeah.
zombies. They're like albino zombies compared.
They're
to
not zombies because they're smart.
Yeah, but dude, that's
Yeah.
my
A
point.
zombie
That's my point.
is mindless.
Depends.
That's the thing about these motherfuckers. They just torment him psychologically too.
They're
And
One
they
of
never
those
explain
things-
what their diet is either in the movie, so you really
they're
can't nail it
mutants.
down.
You see, like you remember there's that scene where he finds like a can of sardines
Mhm.
and he pours the oil out so he can tell that it's fresh. And
Yeah.
He kicks in the door and he discovers that one of the mutants is dead, and that's how he finds out that they're dying.
Mhm.
Presumably in that big city, they're never going to run out of fucking canned food.
Oh
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's been 3 years since
Mm-hmm.
the apocalypse when this movie opens up, and there's not that many of them. So it's like basically the human race gets wiped out, and there's a small handful of people, and they're infected too, but they
Mhm.
turn into these creatures and become dangerous. And so it's very similar to the situation that Neville finds himself in the novel, right? So it's not the exact same thing, but in spirit, it certainly is. One of the oh god, yeah, I got
A big old smile on his face in the ad right there. That's funny.
yeah, boy. Yeah, oh yeah, got some cool things here. Check this
I don't know, but the scope looks crooked as fuck.
Here's that's not a bad one. I'm pretty sure that's official. It's a Japanese poster right there.
It's funny.
Japanese always have cool posters.
The main villain in here is awesome, man. I've seen him in a gang of movies, but this is the best
Anthony
performance.
Zerb.
This is the
Anthony
best
Zerb,
performance
my brother
I've
used
ever
to make
seen him in.
fun of me for thinking he was a great actor, but tell me he's not fucking chilling in this.
No, this is his best role by far. And just like when they take the glasses off, like, ooh, that's crazy,
Showing the pretty marks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is spoofed on The Simpsons. The Homega Man, where Homer is like the last man on Earth.
That's funny.
Oh yeah, this is like a resin model kit that somebody put out, right? Okay, these are custom figures of Neville, and this is like a resin model kit that you can get online. I think it'll only set you back about $150.
It's hat.
Yeah. These resin model kits, you'd find them in comic book stores sometimes. They're like not official at all, right? And they won't even say like the Omega Man. It'll be like, the Last Man or something like that. But you know what you're getting. They're bootlegs. They're bootlegs. Like
We don't have that
people
here.
make these, and they're fucking cool.
Other than dollar stores.
Really?
No.
Yeah.
Where
The,
it's never been accepted to have those type of things like non legit things.
knockoffs.
Knockoffs.
Right.
Except when you go to dollar store, you go, yeah, that's a no-go. But
Yeah, I mean, like you would see them sometimes at comic book stores in like New York City, places like that, and not that they would even have like a lot of them, but they would have at least a few.
yeah, I forgot. If you go to Chinatown, there's a whole bunch of them.
Oh yeah, and then you can Chinatown, Canal Street, specifically in New York City. You can buy movies before they're even before they're on in the theaters.
Yeah, that's what I used to. I used to like going to like those the Comic Cons before there was a Comic Con.
Yes.
There used to be in hotels and shit like that. If you
Yeah.
It was one of the best places to go and buy
Creation
anime bootleg because it was hard to get anime.
I know.
So, every fucking anime, every fucking movie that were hard to get for like not even $5.
That's how I got Akira.
Mm-hmm.
Got a copy of Akira. No English subtitles. No dubbing. My friends and I, just sat down and just watched it.
It's where I got my first Trigons. And I bought a whole bunch of shit. Yeah.
Hey Sim, I seen that that Blood Hunt cover you did, man, with the werewolf. That shit's fucking bad slay, bro.
Yeah, you're killing it, Sam.
That's for the color edition. I thought like I'm bringing back the OG cover because, as you guys knew when I did the campaign, that was going to be the final cover.
Yeah,
that's going to be the OG cover. But then there's going to be 2 extra covers, and I thought like the werewolf one is the action pack one, and it speaks also for the story a bit.
Yeah.
But the other one I also like a lot because it's one of the first ideas I had for a cover, where you see the dad, his girlfriend in the picture, and the ancestors pictures behind them.
I like that one.
And it does one of those like recurring effect, like the how do you call it when you do the camera effect and it's eternal camera?
Right, like an infinity effect.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's
cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I reposted those.
And if you read the book, that cover just tells you the entire it's tells you what's the story about.
Right. Let me run another clip. Yeah, I gotta be careful when it comes to running these clips. But this is just I watched this last night and I had such a great time with it. There is no fat on this movie.
No,
it just keeps moving
real quick. Yeah,
it just moves.
Yep.
Without feeling rushed, right? Because you have like those moments that are kind of like quiet, moments.
Like the movie Snatch, or what was the game? The movie with Jason Statham where he has to run all the time. Crank, dude, I love that fucking movie. And it's one of the things I was telling somebody, like, everybody's like, oh, you need to take your time, and I'm like, no, dude, I miss those goddamn fucking movies where it's a ride, where it's like you're following. Like that's what I wanted with Blood Hunt. That's why I did Blood Hunt like it was. It's a ride. Like you're gonna find out as much as he is. As long as he is, it's one thing after the other, and we don't have enough of those anymore. It used to be like I said before, we used to have a different type of movies all the time. Now it's everybody's trying to do the fucking McDonald's.
I know.
Oh, yeah,
Hardcore Henry. You see
that
Hardcore
was
Henry, right?
Yeah, that movie's awesome.
Hardcore Henry, yeah, of course. Like somebody approached me the other day, like, "Hey, Sam, would you be interested in doing a comic book in the same vein?" I'm like, "Yeah, fuck yes, I would." I'd be totally down for it. It's not easy, but it would be totally fucking fun to do, like a first person point of view comic.
Oh yeah,
that would be insane. That would be insane. So, for context here, people, those of you who haven't seen the Omega Man, this is Neville coming home to his very luxurious digs.
And he changed card. The other one was red. This one's blue. I like this one better.
Yeah, because there's that scene where he's just driving along. And I think his car's like run out of gas or something like that. And so he just fucking runs it up on the fucking curb and gets out and walks into a dealership, pretends to have a conversation with the salesman who's dead in the corner. His, dusty corpse just hanging out. And he just fucking drives it right through the fucking window.
That's the thing I like about the Will Smith thing, that they kept that when he goes into that shopping, when he goes shopping and he's just talking with everybody.
Yes.
like they're all alive. I'm like, yes.
And after the worst part, of course, is when his dog dies. And then it's just like he walks in and he starts. He goes next to that female mannequin and starts talking to it, and it's like he's embracing madness.
To me, it was one of his best acting jobs. Like,
oh, for sure.
It's his best
like
movie.
Like I said, a lot of problems with that movie. He's not one of them. But yeah,
the Batman Superman logo was not it neither. It was awesome. I like the pastel color of the car.
Yeah, it's cool.
It stands out in those in the darkness like that. It's weird.
No, it really does. And just,
everything's gritty, but you have a pastel car. It's like, it's just like, it's kind of,
it's a major contrast. Because the city, of course, just looks like a hellscape. For his ass with a fucking bucket of gasoline and a torch. What I love about this too is remember, at this point in the film, we still don't know what's going on. So we're still in what the actual fuck land.
And that's what I love
about buck him down. Just fucking unloading with the freaking grease gun. Now watch the upper right corner, because I just think this is such a great stunt. And that's one of the things about this movie, is that the stunt work is fucking phenomenal. Like, damn, they're just they're just relentless. He sent his bitch ass flying into the wall and just like take a couple of these with you. And how they're dressed in the monks' cassocks.
Yeah, dude. They're like evil fucking mutant cult, Yeah,
it's a cult.
So this is just like his life. Which is weird, because I always thought, because I loved this movie so much as a kid, I used to fantasize about being Neville. I used to fantasize about, okay, it's like the world is dead. I could nobody's there to fucking hassle me or make me feel miserable or hurt me. So this is great, but I'm going to be bored. So, but then you got the mutants to at least keep you on your toes.
Yeah, right.
Right? And so Neville every day, and this is the same thing that's in the novel. Every day he goes out hunting these creatures, and in the novel, when he finds them, he stakes them, and everything has a scientific explanation, right? The vampires have a kind of body glue, he calls it, which is to say, you shoot them with a bullet, and it's like taking a pebble and dropping it into a pool of tar. That's to say it'll break the surface, but it won't go in. Right? So the only way to kill them is to open a really big wound and to keep it open. And that's where the wooden stakes come into play. And
wouldn't that be a cool movie though? Just to a straight up adaptation, really faithful, how they did with Sin City, it's doable. Look at Sin City, You ever want
Netflix series for sure.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Sure.
But that's what they said they were going to do with I Am Legion with Will Smith. It was supposed to be a more novel accurate one, and
wasn't.
Well, I didn't read the novel.
I actually refused to see that in the theater because no vampires. There was a plan to do a remake of this with Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, I can see that.
And it was called I Am Legend. Yeah. And I read the screenplay for it.
I heard about
that. It's a Schwarzenegger movie.
Yeah.
Right? So the vampires are called hemocytes.
Hemocytes. Yep. That sounds about right.
And there was and then there's Ben Cortman, who's the kind of portly nebbish Jewish neighbor, also best friend of Neville. They turned him into he's the vampire that really has a hard on for Neville, that's always driving him fucking crazy, fucking with him. psychologically. In the Schwarzenegger movie, he's like a giant buffed out, jacked motherfucker. Of course, because he's going up against Schwarzenegger.
Damn,
right?
that sounds so badass, dude. Fuck.
They used elements of it. They used pieces of that screenplay in End of Days.
End of Days.
Yeah, so I was gonna say End of Days ended up being End of Days. Yeah, and it's like a lot of people didn't like it. I fucking loved it.
Yeah, that movie's awesome.
I love the reason why I say love is because it did something a lot of movies don't, and it surprised you.
Yeah,
Like the movie surprised me. Like the way that Arnold was in the movie, his character. You never seen Arnold play a character like that.
yeah, he was
And,
pretty weak. He was
and
pretty weak.
spoiler, he dies.
Yeah, he dies. I was hoping he was going to fight the devil in there. That's the one.
You don't get those characters that much anymore. That either they die at the end or sacrifice themselves to save the world.
Like Neville
Yes.
here.
Yes,
Like,
Neville here.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Then of course we get Anthony Zerd and his crew, and they're just fucking spooky.
they look like a bunch of old ladies, man. Yeah, they're scary.
Oh yeah.
The Golden Girls.
Yeah, the Golden Girls.
Remember? Okay.
Oh,
I
by the way,
mentioned
I just want to make
before-
a joke here. Did you guys see the Borderland trailer?
Yeah.
Dude, the first thing
Yeah.
that came to mind when I saw it, I'm like, it's the Golden Girls but Cyberpunk.
Oh
Okay.
snap!
And
Oh,
dude,
snap.
think about
Oh,
it.
snap.
Even Moxie's a fucking old bitch.
Mm.
Okay, I'm done.
Oh my! Oh damn! That's
I
wrong.
never played the Borderland games. I mean, I just
Oh, they're
never got-
fucking insane,
I
dude.
always thought they looked cool, but I just never got around to it back
Tried
then.
it.
I played the first one and I felt ripped off by it because it's like the entire game you're trying to get to this vault, right? And at the end, you get to the end and you don't get to open the vault and get all the cool shit and use all the cool shit. Bait and switch. I thought that was bullshit. I mean, it's the journey, not the destination. I get that.
The
but
first
if you're
one
gonna
was
be
great. The
hanging a
second one was
carrot-
insane.
You're going to be hanging a carrot in front of me. I at least want to be able to fucking get
It
like some
it depends. If I'm lying to you that there,
weapons.
it depends. If I'm lying to you that there's the the Running Man. Hey, you're gonna go to the Hawaii. You're gonna go to Hawaii when you're gonna get free. You're gonna be a millionaire, and you're gonna go to a trip in Hawaii and get all the babes and fuck, and then you end up at the end and go, "Where's my trip? Nowhere. You're dead."
Yes. Yup. Yeah, I love that movie.
That was
too.
the premise of Borderlands, I think, and at the end when you win and you break everything. But yeah,
Right. This is a scene that wasn't okay. So I grew up as a kid. This was on TV a lot. And it was on afternoon TV.
Yeah, that's
and
where
it
I saw
was
it the
on
first
late
time.
night TV.
Yep.
And if you watched the daytime version of this, there'd be certain scenes missing. And I've been watching this movie for years, and every version was cut in a different way. And I remember when I first saw this scene, it was like bonus footage. I get more Omega Man. This
Yeah,
is
sometimes they
awesome.
sometimes they cut it because they don't want to show things. Sometimes just for commercials. So that's why sometimes
Yes.
you would watch different movies and different things. Like RoboCop was one of them. That was very, very fucking different because they cut different scenes. Yeah.
Yeah, and this the only thing that that I think really maybe got cut was the Rosalind Cash's nude scenes. Although this still got a PG rating, interestingly enough.
Crazy.
Yeah, Anthony Zerd with those creepy fucking contact lenses. Those are the old school ones too. Evidently, those were very painful to
Yeah,
wear.
like hurt, like burn your eyes and shit. I heard.
Yeah, and I've seen footage of them being placed in too, and they're like these big, thick, like plastic things that you stick on your fucking eyeball. Yeah, man, and evidently you don't want them shits drying out either. They really hurt to remove. Paul Coslow as Dutch, because of course he's got to run into some other human beings. And when he does, oh yeah, Honky Paradise. Let me see if I can find that clip. Yeah, so because they're smart, so you'd think that they would be able to take him out, but they have this system where they won't allow themselves to use any conventional weapons. So that means guns are out, bombs are out, flamethrowers are out, right? So they're just using like bows and arrows, rocks,
clubs.
Of course, the fucking catapult.
Yeah.
Let me see.
And it's cool seeing his like downfall too, the villain, you know, because you see him on news report, you know, throughout the movie.
Yup. Yeah, and this is the shit he has to put up with every night. Now that's right from, this is kind of right from the novel.
At it again, I see. What'll it be tonight? Museum of Science? Some library?
The sex toy shop. Gonna smash some glass dildos and burn some French ticklers.
Poor miserable bastards. They almost got me tonight, you know that?
Yeah, and that's like his companion, which is a bust of Caesar that's sitting.
Wilson!
That's placed in front of a chess set. So obviously he's playing solitaire.
Yeah. Why the hell can't you leave me alone?
Because to me, like, that's one of the creepiest things in the novel is how they're just hanging outside of his crib. Neville, come out, Neville.
Yeah.
And they're just, and so all he does every night is he barricades himself in his house and he just fucking drinks himself blackout drunk. And here you'll notice you don't see him like sloshed, but he's like drinking all the time.
There was
like a
no
pallbearer.
the door.
Wrestling.
Pole bearer.
Yeah, remember he's like, "Oh, Neville, oh, Undertaker," you know.
Yeah, he became a horror TV show host, which
really?
I'd say is like perfect for.
Perfect, yeah.
3, brother? Are you sure? Not 3. 3, brother.
The 3 that they're talking about here, of course, are the 3 mutants that got whacked. They got jacked. They got murked by Neville in the garage.
No, that guy reminds me
Were
of the
inside the
Brothers.
garage when he brought down the door. We heard the shooting. Then Joshua.
The light. They should have stayed clear of the light.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. They're nocturnal like the vampires because they're photosensitive. That is to say,
They're actual vampires. Like it's what was the name of the freaking disease there, where it's they're allergic to the sun
porphyria.
and the blood vessel thing.
So it's similar to porphyria, but because it's like the I mean, this is made in the 70s, right? The era still at that point of duck and cover, and certainly when I was growing up, not so much in the 70s, more in the 80s, man. The specter of the bomb.
Did they drink blood in the original novel?
Oh, they're vampires. Like they're just
are they
literal
vampires with
in the
fangs
original
and drink the people's blood?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And Neville's like in the suburbs, but he just has his house and burns down the houses next door to him so they can't climb up to the roof and jump over. And they're scared of crosses and garlic and all that stuff, but then he finds out that that's psychological. Right? Because like he actually captures his most hated enemy, who of course used to be his best friend, Ben Cortman, right? Who's like a Jewish dude. And he sticks a cross in his face and he just laughs. And then he busts out like a Torah and sticks it in his face and he just freaks out and breaks his spines and fucking takes out through the front door. So it's in their heads. But there's like he really goes into the science of the vampires. But still, it's just like even though they're not supernatural, they're still fucking vampires.
Yeah, definitely.
There was no light, brother, just the fire.
Nonsense. Neville can't see in the dark
Tell him that
any more than we can see in the light.
the hell he sees. Good enough, he sees.
Yeah, this is the critical reaction to this when it first came out, I don't think was very good. I think that this has a devoted cult following, but I still don't think this movie quite gets the attention that it deserves.
Yeah, I don't think so.
One creature caught in a place he cannot stir from in the dark, alone, outnumbered hundreds to one, nothing to live for but his memories, nothing to live with but his gadgets, his cars, his guns, gimmicks, and yet the whole family.
Yeah, and that's his crib, and evidently this is like on the Warner Brothers studio.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
And evidently that facade is still there. So I know if I'm ever in the neighborhood,
Yeah, come on down here, dude. You know,
by there,
yeah.
Get a shot.
They can't bring him down out of that.
Selfie with it.
That's
Hunky paradise, brother. Hunky paradise, brother.
Yeah, so that's an interesting note too, right? Because this is made in the year 1972. So we're talking like racial politics are serious, right?
Yeah.
Not long after the Watts riots and that sort of a thing, the Black Panthers, the Black Power movement, Angela Davis. So it's acknowledging those things, and it is worked into the movie in a way that isn't ham-fisted the way that it would be today.
Right.
You would agree that like this has racial politics in it, but it doesn't hurt the movie at all. If anything, it enhances it because it stresses the fact that even Matthias knows it's just like really like racism now, right? Like really.
forget the old ways, brother. All the old hatreds, all the old pains. Forget and remember.
We're all white now.
The family is one. But him, that thing, that creature of the wheel, that lord of the infernal engines, the machines.
Yeah, and another thing I got to give props to is the fucking score to this by Ron Grainer is fucking phenomenal. The director was Boris Sagal, who was the father of Katie Sagal from Married with Children.
Oh, that's crazy.
And he never, he was a TV director mostly, and directed TV movies, which of course at that time weren't very good. I don't know how he ended up directing this. He never did anything really significant before this movie or after this movie, but for me, he ends up in the fucking Horror Hall of Fame just for this one film.
Sometimes, that happens, with a lot of movies, just some director comes in and just kills it and they just fucking disappear,
It happens. It happens. There's certain directors that have like 1, 2, 3 movie careers, and you think to yourself, oh, I would love to have seen more from them.
There was one director that did the Punisher movie with Thomas Jane. I know it wasn't like a correct adaptation, but I really liked that movie.
I love that movie. And
the guy never directed anything, and then eventually he did direct a movie. He did Kill the Irishman, and that movie was awesome. And then that had the next Punisher in it, Ray Stevenson. This is Danny Green, but it doesn't happen that much. They usually do like one, like I don't know.
I said no. We could. But then the curse would begin all over again, don't you see?
Yeah, and Zachariah here, the guy on the right, it's like he wants to just fucking blow Neville up. Yeah. He's just like, dude, come on. It's just, can't we just bend the rules?
Yes, I see him. I see him living high in the light while we rot and hide like grubs. What do you see, brother?
He will be destroyed, brother. He will.
Right. It's like, we're going to kill him, but we're going to kill him our way.
Right.
And then there's that scene where he finds that he's not alone.
Yep.
Of course, one of the things I love about this movie, at least certainly the let me bring up some of the movie posters again, because that's always fun.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I
almost like the mutants and the vampire thing more in a way, or the mutant thing more in a way, because it's kind of original, sort of.
It is. Once again, it's the Omega Man. It's not I Am Legend. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. But then his vampire take sounds like exceedingly original too, like Proto Strain and Blade 2,
Oh, it is that not, and you know what really fucking drove me crazy when I was a kid? I looked for that book like you would not believe. I saw it at a used bookstore. I would be fucking all up in that shit looking for a copy of that damn novel. I could never find it. It was out of print for decades.
Really?
Decades. Yes.
Wow, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah. And then I think maybe around sometime in the 90s, it came out again in paperback.
Huh.
If you haven't read it, highly recommend it. I also recommend the audiobook. And I'm telling you, everybody who reads that novel has the same response, which is you're reading it and you just can't help yourself. It's a page turner, right?
Yeah.
Nails you to your seat. And then you start slowing down because you realize that you're reaching the end of the novel and you don't want it to stop.
You're like, no.
How often does that
damn,
happen?
This book ain't that thick anymore. Oh, man. Let's slow down.
Seriously, man. That because I've read that book several times. Each time it's that feeling. It's like I just want this. I want more of this. This is badass. So yeah, I love to see where Neville is just like, clothes shopping. And he's looking at these mannequins and notices that something's a little bit off. And so I just love how Rosalind Cash, the way she's like posing, and he's just staring at her, and she's just like, "Oh shit, yeah, he sees me," and she makes a break for it because for all they know, he's fucking nuts.
And she's like talking all this shit to him. He's like, "Yeah, okay, baby." You know what I mean? That shit was funny.
Their scenes together, her performance in this is fucking fire.
Yeah, it's very believable of the times too. Like if it would have happened like back in the 70s, that's how it would have been.
Just really, really, really good. It's her performance is one of the best things in this movie. So yeah, eventually they capture Neville and they're gonna do him up old school. Like they carry him like a witch in a cart with like a paper cap on his head. And bring them into a stadium, and suddenly the lights come on, and they're blinded, and turns out that it's Rosalind Cash and her friend Dutch to the rescue. And what's her line in this? Where she's just like, "Now cool it. I'll tell you when you move up and down."
She was funny.
Oh yeah,
shit. That's hilarious.
And then he tries to take the gun from her. He's like, "My name is Neville." And she fucking hits him with the gun, and she goes, "Your name is Mud."
Yeah, your name is Mud.
She's not fucking around. She's a tough chick.
Yeah.
And then of course, man, it's just like that's the thing that's amazing about this. It's like a horror movie, but then you've got all these fucking action sequences that are just completely fucking lit.
Yeah.
And
so was she? So like without spoilers, like this movie's been out like 50 years, but.
Yeah.
So she was a mutant the whole time? Is that what it was? Or she was slowly turning, or was something up with her blood, or what was it? No, you know what it is?
It's that it's like with Richie, right? Richie! The reason why she finally they save his ass, but they also one of the reasons they want to save his ass is because they think that he might be able to help one of the kids that they found. So it's just, or actually, he's Lisa's little brother. I'm guessing by blood. But of course, it's like I think she found Dutch, and Dutch had found all these little kids and was taking care of them. And then Neville, of course, he's the only person that got the antidote.
Right.
And so he's just like, well, shit, I can make a serum from my blood.
His blood, right.
And that's exactly what he does. And so he's giving them blood transfusions, but they're all infected.
Okay.
It's like everybody's infected.
A while for it to
except for Neville.
So that's why it was just slowly, basically, like going into her system. It finally just switched over at that point in the movie, basically. Right?
This fucking scene, man. This fucking scene where she's just like, she goes shopping and then she's out at night. But
yeah, I didn't expect that. I thought they were just going to take her out. So I didn't expect that or the ending. So that's it's pretty cool.
But something's wrong because she's out there at night.
Yeah, yeah.
Because she hasn't survived this long by being stupid.
Right.
Right? She would know, okay, they're going that way, I'm going that way, or I'm going to fucking hide here or wherever. Instead, she's drawn to them. And that moment, it's like that's when finally the stakes are as like high as they could possibly get. And that moment to me is always really, really chilling. But yeah, let me run another clip here. Have we been booted off YouTube yet, Pops?
I don't think
so.
I
don't think so.
Not that I've seen.
Okay. Yeah, let's check this out because this is just down the tunnel. Chad-like behavior. Down the tunnel. Dutch with the flashbangs. Yeah, so it turns out that during the daytime, they stashed a motorcycle there, and that was going to be part of their escape plan. Yeah, this is just badass right here.
And if you just have to play James Bond, I'll bust your ass.
I'll bust your ass.
Yeah, you said some funny one line. I like that one.
Right? Like you're
like James Bond. Like you're gonna try to like put the moves on her,
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
that's what she meant, like Bond,
Yup.
I know how to roll, but it's hard on the elbows. And if you just have to play James Bond, I'll bust your ass.
Yes, ma'am.
And then, of course, one of the most important things that you can do in a adventure story, which this is, as much as it is a horror movie, this is very much a hybrid that way. You gotta get your audience behind your fucking hero.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely.
And here you're just like, fuck yeah, Neville. Now you got fucking fire stunts and shit. Motherfuckers are burning. Oops.
Like in the novel, do the vampires have all like pages of dialogue like the villain in this movie? See, I like that. It's like I would almost want to remake this, but like have the vampires talk. You know what I mean? Almost remake Omega Man, but
I would have gone to see it.
Like I would have. I don't know, man. Like I like that about this movie. I like the dialogue from the bad guy. I like the long,
Oh, so
you know what I mean? The thespian like dialogue that he's spouting throughout there, talking about like technology and whatnot. I really like that about the movie. And so
Matthias's speeches, and then of course that scene where Richie's trying to reason with him.
Yeah, and it's like if I'd like to see a remake of I Am Legend, but I'd also like to see a remake of this too. Like kind of, we don't need them, but I mean, like this movie's dope too. Like just by Matthias, dude, he kind of really brings it,
Oh, like one of the best horror movie villains ever.
Sorry if I was MIA for a few seconds. I got a message again that I've been trying to get my Patreon back.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm gonna
How
do
did
that
you-
eventually. Hopefully, if I'm lucky. one day.
For some reason, because a while back I put like because I put violent stuff on my Patreon.
Oh, really?
They took it down. The suspend, like I got a
Huh.
suspension from my fucking Patreon. They asked me to fucking show them a passport. Like they wouldn't take my regular ID. I had to find my passport that was still valid. So I'm like, it took me a while, and I just got it back right now by taking pictures, and I had to use my phone because they were saying it looks like it's filtered pictures. I'm using a fucking live cam.
But a lot of
Damn
people
it,
have violent stuff on their Patreon. You know.
Yeah, violent nudity. I just didn't want to take any chances, dude. I'd rather not go. Hey, it's for all ages when it's not. You know what I mean? Like I don't play that game.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, you could have your PG section and your R-rated section.
No, I mean artists like, dude, like once they get to that point, they should all have a Patreon and be.
It's been suspended for a few months. Like I was not able to have access or prove it, and I just used my phone and it worked.
Writers too.
Phone. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have a Patreon.
That or Substack, but right now I'm on Patreon. Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing there. But you know, somebody told me you should open a Patreon, so I did, but I haven't really. I really haven't used it yet. I have a Substack where, like, every couple of months, maybe, I'll post an essay if one comes to me.
So I'm about to make my first post in a few months. Like the last post I made.
Make it a good one.
The last post I had over there was when I first did my remember the mini Nat bullet figures?
Yes.
And I posted that like a few months ago, like a picture of the Nat army.
Word.
That was the last post I could do on Patreon.
Oh man.
What I want to do is I'm going to make like an exclusive comic book for Patreon once I get there. Once I have like the fellowship.
That's what I tried when I first started it. That's where you got the first 5 pages of the Mona, but I only had one subscriber, so I kind of stopped.
Yeah,
I think so.
And I believe I've secured an artist. I believe I have secured an artist for that story that I wrote. That's going to be the first story in the extended 6-gun Gorilla universe, and it's like 12 pages. And I'm like, should it be the story of the Dandy, who is one of the characters that I'm introducing that's going to be in Any Gun Can Play. Any Gun Can Play is going to be, it's going to have 6-gun Gorilla in it, but it's not going to be a 6-gun Gorilla book. He's just going to be part of an ensemble, and it's going to be like a Magnificent Seven of the Weird West.
That's awesome.
Right? So I've got all these characters set up that are a little tweaked, a little bizarre, but cool and fun. And I just wrote the origin story for the Dandy first because it just came to me one day.
Yeah.
And so he's a guy, a Dandy, if you didn't know, was a guy that was like very, very, very well dressed, like to like a ridiculous degree, and very, very sort of effeminate, perhaps, right? Like Oscar Wilde was a Dandy, right? But he's also, but this guy's also a stone killer and like a bounty hunter, and I don't know. I it's a story I've been wanting to do for a while, but I don't know if it's going to be in the back of one of the issues, or if it's going to be in the back of the trade paperback, or if it's going to be a whatchamacallit, an ash can, or just a separate book. I don't know. We'll see, but it's going to be a little something extra for the backers, because of course, you know, the Indiegogo campaign, those people are still waiting, you know, and then of course I'm going to do the relaunch, and I want to make sure that everybody, when they finally get their shit, they're happy.
Left, damn it, left, and step on it. Ooh, step on it.
Oh yeah, the stadium steps. It's fucking. By the way, it's very obviously a stunt double. Hair looks like very different in a lot of the stunts.
Ooh, down the tunnel, man.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite shots too. This is just great. Oh, and also forgot to say, much love to my homeboy Chris. Chris, if you're watching, much love to you. I know he's as big of a fan of this movie as I am.
Which Chris?
Yeah, because of course we need the big money shot.
Again, which Chris?
Hit it, they're blinded.
Okay, baby. Hitch up your drawers.
Pretty badass.
Okay, so again, I'll ask for a third
Chad,
time.
man. Fucking
Which
man's
Chris we talking
man.
about?
God damn it.
You mentioned a guy, Chris, that's a fan of this. Your friend, Chris. I'm like, which Chris? And you don't answer. Which Chris?
Oh, you don't know him. You don't know
Okay,
him, Chris.
fine. So it's not Chris Evans. It's not
No.
another Chris. It's not another Chris.
No,
that we know.
no,
Like
no.
we know, like multiple Chris's.
Yeah, I don't want to mention his last name.
Fair enough.
He's a very respectable person with a very respectable high profile. Shouldn't he
Chris
be
Foley.
associated with a scummy show like this? He's a
You don't have to. You just have to tell me that it's not someone we know. It's
Yeah,
not
no,
Chris
no,
Evans.
it's not.
That's
it's
all
not
I
a
wanted to
Chris
know.
yet.
Like it's not one that I know. I'm good.
Oh Christ.
There's
So,
another Chris. God damn it! Leave them alone.
Oh man, I remember in my I remember
couldn't help it.
depression bipolar support group, we ended up having a big mic problem.
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember saying
Mic?
at the beginning of the meeting, it's like we have a mic problem.
Because everybody knows Mike, or because there was an actual mic problem.
Because there's like 20 mics in the fucking
Yeah.
group.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
just like, okay, so if you're cool with this,
So did Mike-
you have to be
did-
cool.
Did Mike
this.
drop the mic?
But snap.
You have to rename them like different variations of Mike. You know, like one's got to be Michael, another one's got to be Mikael, another one's got to be
One's
Mick.
gonna be Mickey, Mick.
Yeah, another one's got to be
First
Mickey, another one's got to be
initial.
Mikey. You know,
I mean, second initial. That's what I was just like, how about Mike R, Mike H, Mike
Mhm.
C? Do you know what I'm saying?
Mike Barron. Buy
Yeah,
his
that
books.
worked.
Great writer.
Fucking awesome writer. And a big Six Gun Gorilla fan, I might add. Oh Christ, I still haven't posted the Chuck Dixon.
He's also an Adverse fan.
He's also running his show out of the Madness Comic Network.
He's a man of taste and distinction. What can I say?
He's one
love
of
that
us.
dude.
That's all I can
And,
say.
And you're welcome. You're welcome. You're
He's one of
welcome,
us.
Mike, for me using this as a segue to promote your ass.
Mike is always fucking welcome. We will always promote his shit on here if we get half the chance.
You want to see how easy it is for me to promote Mike Barron from this studio right now?
Yeah.
There is a creature in the swamps. It lives to destroy. The beast they call Hogzilla.
It's that easy. Oh, I didn't know Brian was gonna leave. I didn't
Oh, I
go
thought
play
you
the
were
whole
on the
thing.
whole
Hey, you left because you thought you were going to put the whole thing on.
Motherfucker.
I wasn't gonna play the whole thing. I was just showing how easy it is for me to promote Mike.
Yeah.
It's-
Dude, I backed that shit immediately, and now that I have money to back shit again, and can't wait for that, man. Can't wait for that. I did miss Bronze Star, but I know he's doing a sequel, so I'm sure that will be.
well, it's available on his website. You could go to his
You
website.
say
and get it.
Bronze Star?
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The Civil War was America's.
I got that one too.
I got Bronze Star off his website, dude. You just got to go to baroncomics.com.
Oh, okay.
And they have a black and white edition that's even bigger, which I kind of wish I got that one, or you can get the regular, and it's a hardcover, or you can get the regular colored one. I got that one. I haven't read it yet. I've been kind of, dude. It reminds me of
But
that other book. Remember that one guy? What's his name? That did Gravediggers? Remember that, or Grave Robbers? Big Dick Murphy, you know?
Yeah.
Yes, Mike Murphy.
Yeah, dude, like a werewolf and the sheriff, you know, werewolf sheriff, werewolf outlaw, werewolf cowboys. I love that.
Too bad too bad it disappeared because I did a story for the second one.
I remember, man.
You guys want to see something cool?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
We don't like cool things here. Duh.
I know.
What kind of fucking question is that? Do you want to see something cool?
But you said no. I'm fine. I'm good. Like,
no,
you know,
it's because I'm fucking with you. I'm being sarcastic.
I know. I'm going through my files while I'm doing this.
It's a stupid question. It's just like, you want to see something cool?
It's that part of the show. Not getting ready to leave. We're all
Why would I want to see something cool, piece of shit?
It's that cool shit.
No shit.
Okay. There it
no
is.
Shit.
Hold on.
Who's on your show tonight, Matt?
Since it's not happening,
that's right.
it got canceled, but I drew a 6-page short story for that thing, and I'm gonna show it here for you guys.
Hell yeah.
Window. Hold on.
Well, tonight, I'm going to be leaving in a couple of seconds. We're having Jason Baskin on. He's going to be talking about his book, One Stormy Night. So,
can you guys see this?
Wait, hold on. Let me. Did you share a link?
Every
I see. Hold on, I see it. I'm having trouble. Wait, there we go. Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
So, look in the back, all the way in the back. Sugar Chris wanted. Likes to wear red. Okay, likes to wear red.
Move up to the right.
Wanted, no miss, rebel artist. Ink Slayer. And then missing. Well done.
Yeah, man. That book was fucking dope, dude. Like that, and the artwork in there was killer too, by Passion, like the color, everything
really
about it. I was hooked. I was very, very disappointed that boy bounced. It didn't, whatever. But yeah,
Big Dick Murphy.
That's what it is. I can't wait to read Bronze Star though. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
I love the horror westerns.
Yeah, no, I do too.
They're walking into a nice little creature.
Oh shit!
This is the part where I'm sad because I really worked my ass off on these. Look at this one.
Oh,
it's a type of changeling. He's all flip upside, like backwards, taking he's a skinwalker type of thing. So he's taking the skin off the fucking face of the guy.
That's awesome.
Then you see the transformation of Big Dick Murphy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh man. So this was going to be in what, issue 2?
That was going to be a short story in issue 2. And if Passion was not coming back to illustrate it, I was taking over probably.
Okay. Well, Mike Murphy, he's still around.
Not Mike Murphy. I said, what's his name? Passion.
Mark Middleton.
Mark Middleton and Passion. If he's not coming back, I was going to do the book with him probably. But Mark Middleton I was supposed to do a Big Dick Murphy 3D model too. He just quit everything. He sent me a message. Okay with him. Yeah.
Just pulled the fucking.
And that was the end of it. See.
Pulled a rot 10.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, I was supposed to do a stream with the same thing as Rot 10. We were supposed to start a new show. The day before the new fucking show, it just fucking goes. Flip.
Yeah, dude. CG, man. CG.
But I got a message. Yeah, he was getting harassed by the same people.
Oh, so that's why. Okay, at least, but he's okay because
from him, at least I got.
Just let us know that you're all right.
At least I got a message from him telling me, okay, drop the Big Dick Murphy thing. I'm done. I'm stepping down, and he paid me. I'm paid. Everything's done. There's no.
He was getting harassed. Middleton was, or Rot was.
What?
Who was getting? You said he was getting harassed by some people.
Both of them.
Rot was and Middleton.
Rod was, but there was some people going after Mark for some reason. Like, I'm not going to get into details. I don't know much of it. He was just telling me that there was a lot of fucking shitty and shit going on, and he just decided to fuck off.
Damn. It's fucked.
There's a lot of fucking chaos and shenanigans and all this shit.
You can't blame them.
No, I understand.
Right?
I had a fucking comics. He had his own little business, too. Like, comic books was his passion. But he was doing something else where it was in how do you call when you buy a house, build them, and then you sell them.
Renovating.
Yeah.
Flipping houses.
Yeah. So, like he has his business, he has his life, and I'm guessing, even though you love comics, when everybody's fucking trying to fuck with you and your friends.
Yeah. No, I don't blame them.
I do. It's the reason why I stopped streaming for a while. You know what? I needed to take a break because, dude, I need to have
annoying.
Like, a lot of negative shit out there, man. There's a lot of negative shit out there, especially right now.
It doesn't help people that do comics. It doesn't help
nothing
at all.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
It's the same reason. It's the same reason why Chris stopped. Like, why do you think there's no morning roast? Oh, by the way, there's probably going to be a morning roast on Saturday with somebody that Pops knows.
Oh shit!
Nice.
Oh shit!
Could it be Laurie Calcaterra?
That's great, man.
Maybe Matt, it is.
Matt, I know you need to book. Tell us. Well, first of all, what did you think of the Omega Man, real quick?
I thought it was awesome, man. I was about to say too, it was crazy at the very end how he's kind of got like a crucifixion, like the way he's laying there in the blood, you know, and the blood the blood of Neville is going to save humanity, kind of like the blood of Christ. No, so but then he has that symbology. Yeah, man, it was just cool seeing him kick ass, you know, like, you know, got Planet of the Apes, Omega Man, Ben-Hur, and fucking Ten Commandments, like the 4 big movies. They're all like, he's awesome. The Tombstone, that little part at the end. Love Charlton Heston, man. I was just pleasantly surprised with the movie. It was like a gem. My buddy Fan, man, he was like, yeah, you haven't seen that? That movie's, yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm like, oh, okay. So yeah, Two Horns way up. You know,
I told you you needed to see this shit.
Oh, for sure, man.
I'm glad you enjoyed it, man. So where can everybody find you, and where are you going?
I'm gonna go over to my channel. I'm gonna have my show right now. Open the Gates. We're gonna have on Jason Bascom. He's gonna be talking about the newest book in his Absolute series. It's One Stormy Night. And if you guys want, you could find me over there, Metal Movies and Brewskis. If you want, you guys could find me on Twitter at Runecutter Comic. And I'm gonna be having a second chance campaign on Fund My Comic for Butch Cleaver 2, and I'm launching that on St. Patrick's Day at 12 a.m. So we'll have both these books on there. I'm going to be giving away free trading cards to the backers, the first 10 backers, and on that show we're going to have some giveaway gifts and whatnot, and you gentlemen are invited too. So that'll be on the 16th at midnight. And thanks again, guys, for having me on. Thank you, Brian, for always for having me on the show and being a guest. And thank you.
Much love, brother. Much love, and I'll catch you on the flip side.
Yeah, I'll see you guys later.
If I don't pop in, I'll at least be in the chat.
Nice. Fuck yeah. I'll see you, dudes.
All right.
Later.
Peace out, Matt. Fucker. Goddamn.
Fucking.
Fucking.
Can't even fucking stay with us.
Backstabber.
Dude, he fucking makes a show right after yours that steps over yours. And you still have it on your fucking show, piece of shit. I know. Love you, Matt.
It's all right. If you miss this show, I'll replay it on Saturday night. You can watch it then.
It's your friend to your face, but as soon as you turn your back, you get shanked, motherfucker.
Welcome to Indie Comics.
I always wondered, like, is he hearing this? That's why I try to get it in as quickly as possible.
No, if he clicks just leave, he's not gonna hear it unless maybe he had the YouTube open.
Oh man, if there's balls there, I gotta break them. Everybody, go check out the Omega Man. If you've never seen it before, you are definitely in for a treat. This movie has aged, I think, magnificently. And unlike when I was a kid, you can watch this whole movie without any edits, and the link is below in the description. Sim, tell these folks where they can find you.
You can find me anywhere other Sim_Inkslayer. My full name is Simon Potier, but it's hard to pronounce, so just call me Sim Inkslayer. That's how people call me.
Well, and it's just difficult for Americans to pronounce.
Yeah, pretty much. And I'm on everywhere, on every platform. I'm doing Doodle and Chill again, and I've been doing it every weekend. And sometimes we shift the day. Like last weekend was Friday night instead of Saturday night, type of thing.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I try to do them. I try to do it with my Inkslayer folks every Saturday night, and I try to do one on Friday morning or evening, depending if my girl's with me. If my girl's with me during the day, I'll do it during the day because my girl wants to start streaming with me. And come on, dude, I've seen her grow into arts. Okay. My kids don't really have an artistic, sense, except she's the only one out of the 4. Like they all have aptitudes for it.
Yeah.
But no passion for it.
Right.
The only one really is Alex. And the fact that after all this, she's now coloring my shit.
And fucking doing a kick-ass job too. Like
she's colorist. She's a freaking good artist. Just like she's not just a colorist, she's an artist and all. Like if you go please people, if you go support her, go follow her on Twitter. Her link is in the description where I share it. I'm trying to promote my little one, and go give her some motivation.
Yeah,
dude, she's doing an amazing job, and
that
little sketch that she did during Doodle and Chill when we did the Empowered one, it's freaking insane. Like it's freaking cool. Go check it out. Like seriously, go give her a like. And yes, go check out Tales from the Adverse too. We're on Indiegogo in demand. Everything's back on track right now. All the colors are pretty much done. I'm just doing the finalization, going over everything, fixing little tweaks here and there. Me and Brian are gonna go over the 2 final story dialogue soon.
Yeah.
And all that's left after that, it's lettering. So now it's time to start promoting it again and getting more backers because I need to make some money because I'm in a bit of a,
For sure. Oh man, it'd be great if Alex did a little backup story. Although I know that's already going to be like a phone book.
What the what? Tales from the Adverse too?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be 116 page.
Oh my god.
It's already 116 page, and you know me, I'm like I've told you, but I didn't tell everybody yet. Yeah. Right now, I'm going over everything, so I might add a few, like a page here, a page there, or
Hell yeah, man!
The idea is I'm trying to make the flow and the story as best as I can, and I don't care if I have to add a page.
No, of course not. No.
I really don't
have to. Yeah. Because it's like if sometimes things need to breathe a little bit more. That's why when I'm working with an artist, I'm always like, if they're like, this needs like another page, perfectly fine. I'd rather they do that than they fucking scrunch shit up and I save a little money.
Yeah, but then so far that project's been one hell of a ride. Because my first 2 campaigns, first campaign delayed for 4 months, but that was none of our fault. It was because it took 4 months to get the fucking money.
Yep.
So to me, it went smooth. Except for Indiegogo, right?
Right.
The second campaign, we were delayed a month or 2, big max. But this one, everything happened. Black mold in the house that was infested. I had to go to court with the landlord. Had to move ASAP. Dude, the other things, my health, like.
Yeah.
Then everything gets back on track. We get to July when we're supposed to start. We go. Scotsman tells me he needs an extra 2 months. Same with the letterer. 2 months later, he has 14 page done, and it's not all his fault because family, work, and shit.
Yeah.
But he's having his own rough time, right? Yeah. So I had to pick up that entire fucking 36 page of story, almost 20, about 30, and color that's all by myself again, and try to mix that color of his. Otherwise, I was gonna recolor everything.
Oh man!
But everything's done.
Hell yeah!
Right now, I'm just going over making sure that, as you can imagine, I rushed those colors a bit because I colored them in 2 months and I was sick, remember?
Yeah.
So now I'm going over, tweaking everything, little, but the book's going to be insane. So get on it, go back it. I don't know if some people asked me if I was going to bring it on the Fund My Comics. I don't know. I said I might. I might, but not before I have a set date, right? Because I don't want to relaunch another Second Chance campaign or something on Fund My Comics. And no. So I'm gonna think about it because I'm getting there. Because right now, like I said, I'm just finalizing everything and doing lettering and final editing with you. By the way, thank you.
You got it. We're gonna make sure that this is the best comic it can possibly be, and I'm happy.
Oh, and by the way, Pops, I got a message from another lady,
Yeah.
What?
Is this like, talking about?
Is this a private thing?
No. Margine just Margine sent me a message. Go ahead, dude. We need to catch up. I'm like, oh, hello. It's been a while.
Thank you. I was gonna bust your balls about that. I was gonna ask you.
Don't bust my balls. Don't bust my balls.
Oh my god.
She had things. She had work. She went to do her things.
Life happens.
And now she sent me a message and she goes, "We need to catch up." I'm like, "Yeah, good."
Yeah, well,
tell her we said hey.
you know.
tell her that we said yo.
Yeah. We're probably gonna set a date and meet up and talk shit out.
Wonderful. Oh yeah, Sim, tell people where they can find you.
Oh, anywhere. I already did that. Sim Inkslayer. Everywhere. I'm everywhere.
You can't get away from him. I'm telling you.
No, and I'm back to streaming. And I'm back to health. Like, I don't know if you saw my little thing on Discord, but I got my doc appointment today, and no cancer, no Crohn. My heart problem is not a heart problem. It's just really high blood pressure. And I need to get the stress that happened with all my book. Yes. Stress and anxiety and shit like that. Gave me almost a heart attack. It's not a heart attack, but the feeling of it.
Sure. Yeah. Like a panic attack.
Dude, it was insane. Like, dude, to the point of having my two arms going numb. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. So clean bill of health.
So far, so good, dude. I'm a clean bill of health. All I have to do is to deal with my pressure. I have to deal with a sinus infection. But yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm the way I like to say it, I'm good for the next 3 years. Then it's another checkup.
Yeah.
But there's nothing to worry about because I was having some pains. And I didn't mention it too much, but I got a minor operation a few months ago, and they removed some polyps on my intestine, and I feel way better. So yeah.
Oh, wonderful! Oh, that's fucking great.
That's why I don't like to talk too much about it when I like to give people updates when it's done or if it's really bad. So I dealt with it. I'm back, baby.
That's dude. I got to.
Say it again, Holy Ghost power! Holy Ghost power! I said Holy Ghost power! Power to change you when you don't want to be changed! Power to remake you when you don't want to be remade! Say hallelujah! Hallelujah!
Fucking hallelujah, Sam. Fucking hallelujah, dude. That's fucking amazing. That's really, really good to hear.
Dude, that was good news. Yes, it was. And like you can imagine, that's going to reduce a bit of my stress. So
yeah, man. Onward and upward in 2024, man. This is our
dude,
year.
It took almost 6 years, dude, for my doctor to get my file from the hospital.
What? God damn it, man.
COVID fucked everything up.
Like your Crohn's is gone?
I was borderline Crohn, and they were worried about me getting Crohn, and I was on a wait list for a year. Then after that, then COVID appears. I was supposed to get a lump check, my Crohn, my intestine check, and COVID happened. Then after that, trying to get everything back on track after the COVID. Then I realized that my doctor didn't even knew that I had inches of intestine removed. So I'm like, you didn't get my fucking file? She goes, no, I never got your file. So yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, that's fucked up, dude. That's fucked up. At least you got the clean bill of health, and because I always thought that you had Crohn's, and I know Crohn's is a motherfucker.
The thing is, I have like I've told you before, I have diverticulosis. Since I have inches of intestine removed, 13 I think it was, or 10.
So I got miles of that shit though.
So yeah, but what happens after you have an operation like that? You end up with irritable bowel syndrome. And what the doctor said, it was borderline Crohn, and I have chances of getting Crohn because my family has it, my bro has it, my grandma died. Get it? With
yeah,
Crohn's.
So you got to watch yourself, right? But it's one of those things where you can avoid it, like diabetes. Like if it looks like you're.
But that's the thing. I changed my diet. I'm trying to be careful. I try not to eat too spicy. I don't drink. I barely drink.
So you're staying away from those tacos. Those tacos.
Once in a while, I eat tacos. I don't give a fuck. It's like playing Russian. It's like my Russian roulette. I need to eat some tacos.
Oh man, I guess I just see you wolfing those down, being like, "Oh,
but dude,
I'm not gonna be paying for this shit tomorrow." But
I'm not kidding. My diagnosis was borderline Crohn, and when the doctor, even the doctor, when he checked me, goes, "Dude, you have no Crohn." I'm like,
"That's fucking fantastic, dude."
And it's like other than having some polyps that we need to remove, like your intestine is like it's almost like you didn't get an operation. I'm like, fuck, man. I don't know if you ever told you that, but the operation I was supposed to have, it's like a 2-hour thing, right?
Yeah.
It's not a simple thing, right?
Yeah.
And they put me down. And the thing is, I have a very high tolerance to pain. You know what that means?
Yeah.
high tolerance to painkillers.
Right.
So they put me down. As they stroll me in the room with all the freaking hangers everywhere, I wake up.
Oh.
And they're like, holy shit.
Not cool.
We need to put you out. And I'm like, don't look around. I'm like, oh, that's where my shit's going to be.
Like, oh, you're going to hang my intestines on that fucking thing? Like, oh, shit.
But the thing is that I was supposed to walk out of there with a bag on. A temporary bag.
Oh.
Not a all the time bag, but a temporary bag.
Oh,
and that was the first time I started having panic attacks.
Oh my
in the hospital. And he goes, dude, they used to call me the Man of Steel because I was like top moral, dancing in the hallway, even after the operation. I don't give a fuck, you know? And the moment they said that I might have a bag, I started having like high blood pressure and everything. And the doctor goes, why? Because I don't want to have to teach my older kid to change my bag while I'm changing the diaper of my younger one. He starts laughing. He starts fucking laughing. He goes, I love the way you see shit. He goes, you know what? I promise you that if I have to take an extra 2 hours to make sure you don't have a bag, I'll do it.
Hell yeah.
So as soon as they roll me out, dude, I'm out. As soon as I roll out, I felt the bump of the door exiting the operation room. Okay? I remember it. They even told me, how the fuck did that happen? You woke up. Your head lifted up. You touch exactly where the circle was drawn to have that bag. And you went, oh, poof, back to bed.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, because that's like some serious like David Cronenberg like body horror shit. You don't need that. You don't need that.
They're going, good thing you didn't wake up while you were hanging everywhere.
Gnarly,
I am everywhere. There's a piece of me there. A piece of me there. I'm all about peace.
Well, it's like you got 20 miles of fucking intestines, right? You can part with a little bit, but still, man. Oh my God.
Okay.
Scary shit, man.
My gruesome shit is done.
So
but
glad
feeling better.
Dude, seriously, from the heart, that is fucking great news.
Well, you know, I was feeling like crap for the last few months, but I'm feeling better.
Yeah. No stopping you, bro. You're like the fucking, you're like the Terminator.
You know, Pops, you can put me down and I'll always get back up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. Pops, where can these fools find you?
Everywhere. I'm here.
Everywhere. Everywhere and nowhere at the same time.
Look, if you can't find me by now, I can't help you.
Yeah. Everybody, you can check me out on the Facebooks, Brian Christgau. You can check me out on the Twitters, Brian Christgau. On the YouTubes, obviously, if you're watching me on the YouTubes, you can catch me at Brian Christgau 1415, I think it is, and smack that like button, smack the subscribe button, ding 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 dong the bell for notifications. And Pops, you about ready to take us out?
Can do that.
All right, everybody. Until we see you next week, peace, love.
Oh, and by the way, Brian, see you on Discord.
Yes. Oh, no, I just opened it. I'll be right with you.
Yeah, we talk about something.
Flip City Magazine is just really pulling out all the stops, man. Your guys' production value of this magazine has gone insane. I mean, look at that. I mean, I remember when you guys, it was black and white. Even when it was black and white, I thought your quality was great. But damn, they just really stepping it up a notch. Look at this. James Corbett, boys. James Corbett.
Genuinely cutting, but also funny, and obviously just chaotic and very fun.
I love Flip City. It has brought new types of badassery and integrity to the print medium.
The doctor is in, baby. This is Doc Blalock, and you're watching the Madness Comic Network.